Good evening, everyone. Those are with us live and those are who are online. Um, Andrew, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? If I can get up.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we have a very short meeting and then we will go into, we'll adjourn the meeting and then we will go into the executive session and I'll give those numbers here in just a second. So what I'm going to do, we're going to look at the contract agreement, bargaining agreement for the OSEA. I'm going to turn it over to Director Johnson, but before I do that, I'd like a motion and a second. So we keep with the Roberts rule. So is there a motion?
You make the motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement with Roseburg, Chapter 21, Oregon School Employees Association.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second it.
We have a second. At this time, I would like to move the discussion over to Director Johnson.
Thank you very much, Chair Cotton. I'd like to start out my conversation with a disclaimer. My words are not the official minutes of the meetings that were held. They are my personal opinions. It's an observation of years of experience in dealing with negotiations. And I want to tell you what an extreme honor it is to be able to share with you my vision. Number one, without the strategic plan, none of this would have happened. It was the rudder that moved our negotiating boat. As we channeled up and down the river, covering different issues that were needed to be addressed, strategic plan kept coming to the forefront. What's most important? The number one asset for this school district is our children. The number two asset is our staff, the teachers and the license and all those who's involved. We put together a team on our side, the management side. The team came to the plate like a well-mixed salad. We brought people on board that were experts in numbers. Cheryl, Danielle, I'm very grateful. We brought some other people in who said, I understand the legalities of this, and we got their input, Dr. Weber and Melissa. And then we got some other people who sat in the room and said, what is the best interest for our students that keeps us where when we look into the pot of beans, that everybody gets a bite. And in doing so, Michelle, the assistant superintendent, the superintendent Jarrett, spent a lot of hours working. I want to tell you what a proud accomplishment it is. We did this without any outside influence. No mediators, no negotiators. We did this as a process. The first thing we did was to establish professional respect for each other. The second thing we did was to establish trust. The third thing that we did was we wanted to understand why did they need what they needed. We asked that question in our conversation. What happened? What's the reason for it? So we could see the world through their eyes. We did have some points that were agreeable. We had some points that were very unagreeable. We had some points that we felt it would not be in the best interest to be in a collective bargaining agreement. It should be handled under another window, another venue. We got them to agree to that. They brought in their team, and their team was expecting certain things. And I believe we came up with a 4-win situation. A win for them, a win for us, but more importantly, a win for our students. Now we need one more win. We We need the community to buy in to upgrade our care and support of our children by giving us better facilities, better equipment, and better environment. If we want Roseburg to continue to be alive and grow, schools are the most important aspect of that. People don't come here to work without educating their children. I personally take a lot of pride in educating my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren because I have a return on investment. When I get to the point I can't work, I'm going to have my hand out and say, take care of me. And I expect them to do that. The strategic plan puts us in a position where as we were looking at the pluses and the minuses for everything that was being discussed, their team and our team came to a respectful understanding of what needed to be done, and we addressed it. We got this done in record time. We're getting ready to do something very historic. Never been done in my recollection of Roseburg District 4. A sidebar, I got 3 phone calls from 3 other districts. What are you folks doing in Roseburg? How dare you? I loved every minute of it. Now we're at the crossroads. The 7 members of the board entrusted 3 of us to represent you in subcommittee. We're now coming back to you to ask for full approval of what was done. That full approval will allow us to move quickly, efficiently, and very respectfully into the terms of the agreement. This process was required by law. It took a lot of professionalism to do it in a manner that was respectable. And I'm proud to say we all did a job well done. I do have one negative thing to say, is that we have not done anything so well that we can rest on our law. We need to keep working at how can we do it better and what way can we do it better, and not let anything go by that could create a hiccup and a bump in our process. We invest in children in kindergarten, looking 13 years down the road to see them walk across with a high school diploma. Every step is critical in the process. What we're about to do to sign and vote tonight is part of that process. Be proud of it. Take accountability for it, take responsibility for it, and reach out to each other the way we did. How can we each help each other get this done? I'm thankful that Chair Cotton entrusted me to lead this, and I give you my highest compliment. I appreciate it, sir. Okay. If you have any questions, the official minutes will come out later, because I'm sure Megan was keeping nice records, but these are my observations. Okay.
Thank you. Before we vote.
That Chair Johnson said it beautifully.
Or the vote, all in favor? Very good job, thank you. Thank you. So now we're gonna move into the Roseburg Education Association and the Douglas County School District's agreement. And I'd like a motion and a second, so I can pass this back on to Director Johnson.
I'll do the motion. Motion to approve a collective bargaining agreement with Roseburg Education Association.
Second.
Thank you, Richard. When you have 2 different associations representing 2 different professional arenas, it sometimes gets a little difficult to make sure you stay focused to the master plan. And I want to continue to emphasize how important our strategic plan was in the process of conversation. That strategic plan allowed us to always be on the same page. The licensed group came, they were prepared, they had a long list of things that they wanted done. We asked them to put it in priority sequence. They did. On the very first night, we accomplished several things and got them TO'd and agreed to. And then we took their proposal. We looked at the numbers, we looked at what can we do. We do not have the process that you can have in commercial systems. In the commercial system, when I worked 30 years for the lumber mill, if prices went down, we could increase production. If logs went down, we could stop buying logs. But in this particular case, our funding is given to us through channel sources, and we're limited to how much we can get and how we get it. We need to go out and now convince our community it's time to put your children back in school, because we're giving those students the best opportunity, the most preparation to be ready to move into adulthood and be successful. That's the strategic plan that we have. And when I sat in the room and I saw the team from the licensed group, and they were nervous, they were anxious, there were a lot of uncertainty. Our strategic plan removed that fear of misunderstanding. Our strategic plan put them on page that we saw the world through their eyes, and we wanted to make them get up every morning and say, what a great opportunity to go to work for Roseburg District 4. I think we got that done. Let's vote on it and make it happen.
So we have a motion and a second. Any comments? Directors?
Just being on that subcommittee was a real pleasure, because we were able to really forge relationship, I felt like, with the different classifications that were being represented. And it was, I think there was a good amount of trust and good feeling between us, which made the process go much smoother than it could have with so many different areas of job classifications that were involved. It's hard to get everyone to feel comfortable that they're getting a fair shake. And so I think I think that was well communicated in our discussion. I'm very proud of what we're putting forward. Next.
We're gonna vote here in just a second, but I have a couple comments. Having served this district and been very, it's just been an honor, and it is, and it's, and I never write anything down, so I apologize. But 30 years, I've always been proud of this district and our staff, always. And you look around the state of how bargaining has, it's just tore some communities apart. And we know what our job is. Our job, all of our jobs and our staff are fabulous staff. I don't care if they're a teacher, an IA, central office member. We know what our responsibility is. And I'm really pleased that we're able to take care of our employees. We want the best employees, and we're not going to ever apologize for that. As our superintendent has said, that, we want our employees to buy their homes. We want them, Roseburg, to be their home. We don't, this is your home. We want the very, very best. And I think we're there. And I'm sitting next to a man that I have great admiration for, and I know the board does. And thank you, along with the team, for I know it's a team. You work extremely hard, and I'm not sure. I don't know. You just, you guys just really made it happen. I'm lost for words, and I know that's hard with me, but I'm very pleased that these contracts have been ratified. Have we voted yet? No, okay, well, will be. I have an excuse. I'm floating around here, but I'm very pleased, as you all are, and I couldn't think of a better district to volunteer in or work for. It's just really, it's fabulous. So let's call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Great job again. So at this time, in just a second, I'm going to adjourn this special board meeting, and we're going to go into executive session, ORS 192-660-2D, to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations. That's what we're going to do right now. So this meeting is adjourned.